Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson, the number one educator in the asset recovery business. Today, I am back with another success story. We are with Greg. He closed a six-figure deal, and today we are going to talk all about it. So, Greg, go ahead and introduce yourself and let's talk about your deal.
Sure. My name's Greg with a company called Reclaiming Your Equity. We've been in the asset recovery business for, I don't know, 7 or 8 months now. We've got things established. We have CRM manager, we got DAs, and we're just slowly going out there, you know, getting business and closing deals.
Awesome.
Um,
So,
Eric, go ahead.
no, sorry to cut you off, Greg. I wanted to kind of touch on what you just mentioned. You have CRM managers, you have VAs. For those of you who are watching, Greg went through my asset recovery system where his business was set up through my company, and he was able to close deals in three different states. And today we're actually talking about his deal in Georgia. So if you want to touch on that, I know that check was pretty large.
Yeah. That was fun. A large part of this business, as many know, that there's lots of different ways to market. One of the ways to market that I really enjoy is door knocking. I enjoy banging on the door and meeting the claimant in person. I think that I think that's more natural. I think that's more real, and I think a person can really gain trust in you a lot faster versus pounding on the phone, calling people up and stuff like that. For me, it worked good. This last one, the clients were great. They didn't sign immediately. I did have to generate, other phone calls to the same claimant multiple times after I met them in person. I did leave an agreement form. I did leave an initial letter. And it's just a matter of follow up. And when I did so, I know they had different people who came to them. However, thankfully they chose to Ryan, and then we were just able to move forward.
Awesome. Yeah, that right there is a testament to perseverance and dedication because most people, to be honest, they're not going to door knock. They're not going to make calls. They're not going to put forth the effort, but you actually did that, and your follow-up is what closed that deal. Now, this case was for 122,000, so any deal in surplus funds above 80,000, there's going to be people swarming that like Hawks. So, what was your strategy to get them to choose you opposed to somebody else?
To be honest, I we went in there with a lower fee,
Hmm.
and I think that's what captivated them more so if we'd have gone in with a higher fee. I have I have heard from other people in the industry, they have a set amount. They're not going below this set amount. Other people will have a set amount and they want to be, they're able to meet an amount at a later date. What we were trying to do is kind of hit hard, hit fast. I was a couple days after, the auction. I wanted to go in there and lower my fee. I wanted to make money, but at the same time, I didn't want to take advantage of somebody. So I think that's what, set us apart.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to get paid for our services and we do not want to take advantage of these people and we definitely want to help them. So let's talk about the case itself. So this was in Georgia, non-judicial. You were dealing with the trustee. Go ahead and walk us through the claim.
So the once the agreement was signed, I reached out to the trustee. The trustee in turn sent us a claims form. It was a deal where there was the on the mortgage was the mother and the father. They were deceased. I thought that because I had a warranty deed, in one of the kids' names, that's all I needed. So not to, convolute everything, but we went in there thinking that since we had this warranty deed for this one person, all we needed is an agreement signed by this one person, file the claim, boom, in and out. That's not the way it worked. So what we ended up having to do, the trustee came back to us, and then we had to go back and we had to, we had to get death certificates for the mother and father. Then we got an affidavit of heirship for all the kids. Of course, we got assignment of interest from all of them, and once we got all that information submitted, updated, and then they were able to release the funds.
Amazing. So you were able to do a lot of work without an attorney, and that's amazing that you were able to get all of this accomplished by yourself. How did the claimants feel when you brought them your checks?
They were extremely excited. One of them was a pastor. Um,
Oh, nice.
my faith is very important to me. I got to talk with him for a long period of time. I know this is probably TMI, but some of the other part of the other claimants were not. We got to talk about them. So, it was just a really good time. And after all of this, I feel like I'm almost like part of the family. Almost like I was able to hug the claimants, and it was just a real personal feeling.
Man, that's why I say this is the best business in the world. You're helping people get money that they were not aware of, and you're not putting them in a terrible product. You're not making them pay a boatload of money up front. You're literally helping them out at no upfront cost. And then when it's all said and done, you're making a friend feel like family. That's amazing, man. So let's talk about your strategy moving forward because Greg, you were able to close deals in multiple states. I know you're working about 3 states right now. Now that you have, I like to call it the big fish. You have that six-figure claim under your belt. You've done some smaller deals as well. What's going to be your strategy moving forward so that you can really hit that next level?
Well, a large part, we're going to keep doing what we're doing already. We know the door knocking works. Door knocking to me, I enjoy it. So we're going to continue to do that. We are limited because being in Georgia, you only have an auction, or excuse me, a auction once a month. So once that happens, boom, you got to get to it, or you'll be left out. Moving forward, we haven't done, we really haven't done any, but we haven't done any mailers yet. We anticipate doing some of those. We're doing blast text messages. We're getting feedbacks on those. And I've reached out, I've done some, haven't had any luck yet, but I have used social media to try to reach out to claimants. So a lot of the stuff we'll continue to do what we're doing and implement some of the things we haven't been doing that is also listed in the course.
Amazing. Awesome. So, Greg, I know when you reached out to get your asset recovery system set up, you had some knowledge on the surplus funds business, right?
No, very little, very,
Yeah,
very
very
little.
good. Okay. So
Yeah,
how has your experience been to come into an industry, get your business completely set up, and now within a few months you get a return on your investment, and now you can actually continue operating your business?
it's a lot. It's kind of like a fire hose, if you will. It's kind of like you've mentioned a million times before. Not all states the same, not all counties the same. Research is different, and it's just all different. So, with that said, I even though I had some knowledge of the surplus industry, I still had to go through the course. I still had to, do a lot, and it doesn't end there. I mean, there's always things to learn. There's always things to do, and it's just a never-ending learning process. You can learn a lot from your peers. You can learn a lot from Eric. There's so much to learn. So you just always got to just be open and be a sponge. Just soak it all in.
Absolutely. So if you could give advice to somebody just now starting off in this business, what would be the number one thing that you would recommend to them?
Probably something you do already is trust God. I would say that number one. Have a system in place. Be thorough. Um, don't be, get involved with people already in the industry. Don't be afraid to ask questions. to keep plugging along. I mean, sometimes, I've gotten down and out, but you just got to keep pushing forward.
Absolutely. Faith and hard work is undefeated, and you're a testament to that. So thank you so much, Greg. We definitely appreciate you sharing your experience and succeeding in the surplus funds industry.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you having me.
All right.